All right, this lesson we're going to uh, begin with showing you how to set up your business card. And so the first thing you're going to do with this is you're going to create a new document. So we're going to select our file, new document, and we're going to be working in Illustrator. You can title it whatever you would like to. Um, so I'm just going to title it my BC for business card and select OK. Now I haven't set up any dimensions here in my new document, and the first way that I can set this up, and I'm going to show you two different ways to set this up, is to set this up with guidelines from your rulers or to set it up with a new document. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to do is have to scale that back just a little bit for your artboard and then set up your rulers, and of course we're going to set in our origin. And now we're simply going to set up a small area for our business card. Now, a business card is only 2 inches tall or 2 inches wide by 3.5 inches. So we're going to go ahead and set this up so that it's 2 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide. Now you can see that I'm just dragging my guidelines out from my ruler, and I'm just setting this up so I have my guidelines set up correctly. 1, 2, 3.5. There's my 5, so there's 3.5. Now this area right in here inside these guidelines is going to be my my business card. So anything that goes outside of this line, in theory, is not going to print. This is where the printer, or where the edge of the business card would be. If they were going to be cut by somebody, this is where they'd be cut. Okay, so all of my information for my business card needs to set up inside this area. Okay, what if I'm going to do a business card that is, this is a landscape business card because as you can see it's wider than it is tall. What if I wanted to make it portrait? Well, very simple. We're going to go ahead and create another document here so that it's 2 inches wide. Okay, and so I'm going to start at the 5-inch line and go over to my 7-inch line, and then we're going to measure here from this line, which is the 3-inch line, down to the 6.5-inch line, and there you go. There's your business card area right here. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a nice little rectangle, and I'm going to place a little rectangle right here in this little box that I've created, and I'm also going to set one up right here in this box so that I have a 2-inch by 3.5-inch tall. And now I'm just going to clear off my guidelines so I can see the area that I'm going to work in with my business card. Alright, pretty simple, nothing out of the ordinary here, just pretty simple setup. So now I'm going to go to my view menu and my guides, and I'm going to hide guides or clear them. I can get rid of them and just clear them, or I can hide them. Let's just go ahead and hide them. And there you go. You have your document created so that you can create a 2.5-inch or a 2-inch business card shape that is landscape or portrait. Okay? Now let's move on to the other way that we can set up this document. Now, when we first begin laying out these documents, we're not going to put anything right on the edge of this document. I want to set this up so that I have a small border around the edge of this document. So I'm going to set in a small little border about 1/8 of an inch, and I can't do that. I've got to turn my guides back on. Well, let's go ahead, go to our guides. We're going to clear our guides from earlier, and now we're going to start fresh here. We're going to set up our guidelines so that we're about 1/8 of an inch around the edge of this border, and they're still not showing. Let's go back to my guides here and show guides. There we go. Good mistake to show you. Now what I'm going to do is set up a little border that's going to go right around the edges here of this document, because I don't want any text or any type or anything to go out in the outer edge of this document. What I want to do is create a little border. So what we're doing here is setting up a document so that nothing will be out in this little area. And I'm going to zoom in just a moment here for you to show you what I'm talking about. And so this is going to create a way for us to see where we're not going to go outside of our setup, because whenever you have a business card, you have to have a little bit of an area where text and design do not go into. You've got to create a little white border. And so now I'm going to zoom in here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So what I've tried to do here is to create a border all the way around the edge of this business card document that I'm creating, and nothing is going to go in this little area outside these blue lines that I've created here. Okay, the reason why is if we put text in here in this area all the way up near this edge, it's going to look like it's running right off the edge of your business card. So we want to create a frame, just like a picture frame. This little area right out here is basically what we're going to call a picture frame, and frame our document, frame our artwork. So everything we create is going to be inside our document. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We're just going to go ahead and set some text in here, and this is my text tool, my type tool. I'm just going to go ahead and place my cursor. I'm not going to click and drag a text box. I'm just going to set my cursor and type. And just as an example, we'll just create a little website here that I'm just going to make up. And now we're going to take this and we're going to place it on our document, on our business card. And notice I'm not going to go outside this area. So in effect, I'm not going to do this. I am not going to put my business card, any type, any text, any logo design that I've created outside these blue lines. So you can see how the letters would be running right off the edge of this business card. I'm going to set this no farther out than these blue lines. Okay, these are guidelines that I've created. So maybe just a little bit inside. And I'm going to do that all the way around the page. Let's go ahead and move over here to my other design. And what we're going to do is just do a little copy and paste of this, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead and put this here. Now notice I'm not going to let any of my text run outside of that border. So we would put it here. We could also place it down here at the bottom, okay, or any other way that we might want to use this artwork that we've created, this type that we've created. If I wanted to rotate it and place it somewhere else in the document, it will not go outside these borders. Okay? All right, I hope that this is a good lesson for you. The last thing that we're going to do is there's going to be a second part to this lesson. So there's also a second way that you can set up your business card, and that is through the File, New Document setting. And let's just see if we can show you that real quick here. I'm going to go File, New, and we're just going to type in 3.5 by 2 inches, and we're going to make it landscape, and we're going to title it, and we'll just call it my BC number 2, since I've already got a business card titled my BC 1. And so notice we have 3.5 inches on the width, 2 inches on the height, and it's landscape, and it's set in inches, and it's a custom made document. Let's just go ahead and say OK. And you'll notice now that I can't see the document. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Let's set up our rulers. And now you can see as I set the origin, here is my document. And I'm going to set up my borders. And there you go. You've got your business card set up. And again, we would place our text in here just like we did before. And then we're not going to let it go outside this area here. Okay, so not out into those. So that's a second way you can set up your document. All right, I hope this lesson was a good one for you. If you run into any problems or have any questions, come see me in class. I'll be more than happy to help you. And good luck.